Well, greetings everyone and welcome to Movie Goodness, where we examine life through cinema. This is brought to you by the KB Radio Network. I am your host, Kevin Reed, and this weekend is the 94th Academy Awards. And so I figured, let's go over these nominations, and I'll give my little predictions, so to speak. Now, I haven't seen each and every one. I tried to hurry up and watch all of the nominated films. I think I missed maybe two of them that I didn't see, but I think I got the gist of it. But because I saw one a couple of weeks ago, one of the nominated films that I felt hands down there's nothing else better than that. And that's going to be the film that we review today. And I'll let you know that later. Of course, if you read the title, you already know what it is. But anyways, I'm going to go over our nominations. And the Academy Awards, for those of you who don't know, if you've been stranded on Jupiter somewhere and this is your first time on planet Earth, the Academy Awards is the creme de la creme in Hollywood. This is the biggest award show of them all. I mean, I know we have Golden Globes, we have the SAG Awards, Critics' Choice, and People's Choice, and so on and so forth. I mean, there's so many awards. This is award season, and this is the capper. I mean, if you want to go to a extended extent, there's the MTV Movie Awards. I mean, you can count that if you want, but there's so many. But this is the one. This is the big daddy of them all, the Academy Awards, which is also referred to as the Oscars. And I've always dreamt when I was younger, when I really wanted to be a filmmaker. Well, I say that like I like that's gone away, but I always dreamt of sitting in that audience in my tuxedo, my name being called for best director, and getting up there and giving my thanks and all this other stuff, getting a speech prepared. I've written so many speeches in my head, accepting speeches, and I still dreamt that. It's still possible. It's there. It's right there. I just got to cross the hump. But before I get there and just sweep the Oscars with my Academy Award winning film, this year we have a lot of nominees, and this is a tough year. This is a tougher year, I would say, than most years past, because honestly, it's kind of tight. This is real tight. It's really hard to predict who will win and who will go home empty-handed, because there's been some great films that came out last year, and all these nominees I feel are deserving. Maybe a couple of them I kind of scratch my head at, but for the most part, these are deserving of winning, so it's really not going to be much of a disappointment. Maybe one or two categories, like I said before, that I figured that it should be a runaway, but I'll go through it when I go, through the categories. But this year, the Oscars are being hosted by Regina Hall, Amy Schumer, and Wanda Sykes, which is interesting. We have three hosts. Going back to when last few years, we haven't had any, and they're all female. I'm not going to go as far to say I think this is the first time female hosts, but actually I know it's not, because I know Whoopi Goldberg did a couple of times. She hosted, but three female hosts, I'm pretty sure this is a first. So, yeah, that's interesting, and we'll see how that go. Now, before I get into the nominees, I have to express a little controversy that surrounded the Academy Awards. Actually, there's been a few controversial things that took place. First and foremost, normally the Academy Awards, if you watch it from beginning to end, first, God bless you if you do that, because it is a long event. I say it comes on around 6 my time here and might go off around 11. I mean, there's so much going on. But to cut down time, I know early on they announced that they were going to cut some of the categories. Not cut them to whereas they're not going to reward them or award them. They just wasn't going to televise it. So that was a big thing. And honestly, I'm kind of hot and cold with that, because some categories, yeah, we really don't need 20-minute speeches for best editing, and that's no shot against the editors. It's just like all the nominated songs for best song, they gotta have a performance of each song. They used to do that. I think they cut down on that too. But actually, that was the best part of the show. I always enjoyed that. But yeah, there was a big uproar about that to give people their fair shake, and I get that. That's where I'm kind of like on the fence with it. I'm like, I understand. They work just as hard as the producers and the directors and the actors and the actresses who get their moment of shine. So the costume design and art department, they need moments of shine too. So I get both sides of it. But sitting there for 4 or 5 hours watching a bunch of rich people pat themselves on the back is kind of tough for the layman. Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. But the other controversy that surrounded the show was the Rachel Ziegler controversy. Now, this was recent. Actually on my birthday, on March 20th, it was revealed that Rachel Ziegler, who starred as Maria in one of the Best Picture nominees, West Side Story, that she was not invited to attend the ceremony to support her fellow co-stars and colleagues involved with the film, writing a comment on one of her Instagram posts, and I quote, "I have tried it all, but it doesn't seem to be happening. I will root for West Side Story from my couch and be proud of the work we were tirelessly doing 3 years ago. I hope some last minute miracle occurs and I can celebrate with our friend. Celebrate our film in person. I'm disappointed too, but that's okay. I'm proud of our movie." This sparked controversy on social media, with the media outlet Entertainment Weekly noting that the studio behind the nominated film are the ones who determine the ticket allotments for those involved with the Best Picture nominee. With the exception of nominees for other categories and ceremony presenters, the problem was solved the very next day when the Academy invited her to be one of the presenters. With her shooting schedule on Disney's live-action Snow White remake being reconfigured to allow Rachel Ziegler to travel from London to Los Angeles to attend the ceremony. So that was a big thing. I remember when that came, cause I was wondering what was all the hoopla around it. I know it was some hoopla that she wasn't nominated for her portrayal as Maria, and I agree, because she actually did an excellent job. She was really, really good. To say this was her first film, she was really, really good in West Side Story. And I think she did deserve a nomination. But when you look at those who were nominated in Best Actress category, it would have been tough. I really couldn't see one that you can pull out. There's one, but once again, I'll get to that when we list the nominees. But why wait? Let's go through the nominees. Let's start with Best Picture. Well, no. Let's save Best Picture for last, because that's what they do on the show. And so let's save that for last. Let's start with Best Visual Effects. This one is going to be tight. Like I said, there's going to be some tight races here in these categories. And from the films that I saw, which is 90% of these, I can honestly say it can go either way. Best Visual Effects: Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man No Way Home. My prediction in this category, it is a tough one. It is a tough one, but I'm going to have to go with Dune. Dune had some of the most beautiful visual effects I've seen last year. If I had to say, if they had to split it, if they was giving it to two of these instead of one, I would say Dune and possibly Shang-Chi, and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I think that those were the two best visual effects. All five of these films had excellent visual effects. So it was, that's why I say it's going to be tough to really nail home which one is going to walk away with the Oscar. But my prediction, I'm going with Dune. Beautiful visual effects in that film. Best costume design. We have Cruella, Churrado, Dune, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story. I've seen 4 out of the 5, and something tells me the one I didn't see is probably going to win, and that is what's that, Churrado, if I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure I'm not, but I think that's the one that probably win. But out of the 4 that I did see, I would have to go with Cruella. I think Cruella had some real nice costume design. I mean, being as though this was set in the 60s, late 60s era, about a costume or a fashion designer rather, and they really changed up a lot of styles in that, and I really liked it. I enjoyed Cruella. Cruella was one of my favorite movies of last year. So if it's between that and probably West Side Story for me as far as costume design, but my pick is Cruella. Best film editing: Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, The Power of the Dog, Tick Tick Boom. This one I have no idea. This one, I flip a coin. I don't know. I honestly don't know, because I don't know how they judge editing. Maybe that's why I haven't made a movie as of yet. But I don't know how to piece this together. But if I had to guess, which I'm just gonna throw a guess out here, I'm gonna go with Power of the Dog. Well, I mean, it's winning everything else and all the other award season places or whatever. It has been sweeping, so I'm gonna go with Power of the Dog. I guess that's a safe pick. So that's my pick. Best cinematography. This is gonna be fun. We have Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. This is tough because I have a two-way tie. This is between Dune and The Tragedy of Macbeth. I'm leaning towards Dune because, like I said, visually, this was one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. The Tragedy of Macbeth was also beautifully shot. West Side Story was beautifully shot. I mean, this is tough. This is tough, but I'm going. It's between Dune and The Tragedy of Macbeth. That's my guess. But if you're putting a gun in my head and forcing me to pick one, I'm gonna go with Dune. And so that's my best cinematography prediction. Best makeup in hairstyling. This one here upsets me to the nth degree. We have House of Gucci, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Dune, Cruella, and I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, Coming to America. Yes, Coming to America was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Makeup and Hairstyling. And to be honest with you, I don't think, being fair and objective here, I don't think it was all that. The makeup and hairstyling wasn't all that good in that movie either. But whatever. But it wasn't going to win in my eyes. I honestly, once again, I'm going with Cruella. Cruella had Emma Stone had so many different transformations, so to speak, in that movie, with her hair and makeup and all this here, and it just looks seamlessly done. And I thought it looked good. I thought it was a good look for that film. So my pick for best makeup and hairstyling, Cruella. All right, best production design, Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. I know it seems like I'm repeating the same movies over and over, because I am. These movies are beating up each other. They are competing against themselves in every single category. Production design, I'm once again another toughie, but I'm going West Side Story. The scale and the scope of it, it just looked seamless. I love the look of that film. The production design was flawless. Dune is probably gonna win, but my heart is telling me West Side Story. So Nightmare Alley has some beautiful production design as well, but I'm gonna go with West Side Story for best production design. Best sound nominees are Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Once again, I didn't see Belfast, and so I gotta take that out the equation for me. But out of the other four that I did see, I'm going with Dune. Dune had the best sound. It came on. When it came on with that, the way it came on, I was hooked from there. Even though the movie kind of didn't quite hit the mark with me, I loved the sound of it. Yeah. In my mind, hands down, it's not even up for debate. Dune is my pick for best sound. Best original song. We have Don't Look Up, Dune. I'm sorry, best original score. Dune, Don't Look Up, Encanto, Parallel Mothers, and The Power of the Dog. I didn't see Parallel Mothers, so I have to exclude that from my inclusion. But out of the other four, I'm going with Encanto. Encanto was a beautifully scored film. Yeah, that's my pick for original score. I would love to see Hans Zimmer finally win for Dune, because I don't think Hans Zimmer has has won an Academy Award yet. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking he hasn't won yet. I would love to see him win, but I think Encanto will win in this category. Now, Best Original Song. We have Be Alive from King Richard, Dos Oraglas, no, I'm saying that wrong, from Encanto, Down to Joy from Belfast, No Time to Die from No Time to Die, and Somehow You Do from Four Good Days. Didn't see Four Good Days. I haven't heard that song. But the other four, I really like No Time to Die. I love that song. Billie Eilish did that. I love that song. But I'm thinking it probably will be. Is either gonna be the song from Encanto, which I don't know why we don't talk about. Bruno wasn't nominated, but that's another debate for another day. But it'll either Be Alive from King Richard, which was performed by the great Beyonce, or No Time to Die. I'm really leaning towards No Time to Die, but something in my mind is telling me Be Alive. But I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm saying No Time to Die. That's my pick for Best Original Song. Okay, moving on to Best Animated Feature Film. In this category, we have Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. This is Encanto. That's my prediction. I'm going Encanto. It could have been nominated for Best Picture. To be honest with you, in my eyes, it is a excellent film, and I think it deserves Best Animated Feature. Best International Feature Film. I don't even know why I'm going over this category because I've seen none of these, but it is Drive My Car from Japan, Flea from Denmark, The Hand of God from Italy, and The Worst Person in the World from Norway. I have no idea, so I'm just going to keep it pushing on that one. Best Adapted Screenplay, we have Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and Power of the Dog. Haven't seen Drive My Car. It's currently on HBO Max, but I can't commit to a 3-hour movie right now. It's 3 hours long. I can't commit to it right now. But I haven't seen it. But adapted screenplay, my prediction is going to be The Power of the Dog. Yeah, it'll probably be Power of the Dog. Best Original Screenplay, we have Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World. This one's also a toughie, but I'm gonna go Belfast. Yeah, that's my pick. The other ones, I didn't see Licorice Pizza, and I haven't seen The Worst Person in the World, so I'm gonna go with Belfast. Now we're getting into the acting categories, and starting off, Best Supporting Actress, we have Jessie Buckley, The Last Daughter, Anya DeBose for West Side Story, Judi Dench, Belfast, Kirsten Dunst, Power of the Dog, and Anjali Ellis for King Richard. I'm going Ariana DeBose for West Side Story. She played Anita. Awesome. She stole every scene she was in that movie. I'm leaning towards her. Excellent performance. Going to Best Supporting Actor, we have Carrie Hines for Belfast, Tony Kushner for Coda, Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog, J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos, and Cody Smith McPhee for Power of the Dog. This is also a toughie. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Cody Smith McPhee for Power of the Dog. I'm gonna go with that, and I'm just throwing one out there because this is pretty evenly matched. I don't know which way to go with that, but I would probably go Cody Smith McPhee. Best Actress. We have Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, and Kirsten Stewart for Spencer. In this category, this is where I made the mention of Rachel Ziegler, who played Maria in West Side Story. I felt she should have slid into this category. And if I had to eliminate one and put one in, it would have been Kristen Stewart. But the reason I really can't say that because I didn't see Spencer. But I loved her performance so much. If I had to replace somebody, that'll be the one. Now, I may see Spencer and feel completely different about it. Because Kirsten Stewart, she portrays Princess Diana in this movie. And she got a lot of rave reviews. I just haven't seen the film. But it is what it is. She wasn't nominated. She got snubbed. There are many snubs. I can go on all day about the snubs that shoulda, woulda, coulda. So let's just stick with these 5 women. And I think, honestly, the shocker, this will be the biggest shocker to me if this is the way I'm predicting it. I'm going with my favorite performance of last year, Jessica Chastain in The Eyes of Tammy Faye, where she played Tammy Faye Baker. That movie really caught me off guard, shocked me, surprised me, and everything. It was really good. I enjoyed that movie, and I enjoyed her performance in it. That was an awesome performance by Jessica Chastain. Yeah, I believe that's my prediction for Best Actress. Probably gonna give it to Nicole Kidman, judging by how the Academy does their thing, but I'm going Jessica Chastain. Moving over to Best Actor. Best Actor, we have Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom, Will Smith for King Richard, and Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. I think after many tries, we're finally going to see Will Smith win Best Actor for portraying Richard Williams in King Richard. I think he's going to get it. It was actually one of his best performances. Honestly, I don't think this is just a finally we just going to give it to him thing. I think he really earned it, even though all 5 of these gentlemen had awesome performances. I think this is Will Smith's year. I think he's finally going to break through and get it. So that's my prediction. Will Smith wins for King Richard. Best Director. Best Director category. The nominees are Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Steven Spielberg for West Side Story, and I can't pronounce this young man's name or young woman. I don't know. It's Japanese for Drive My Car. I'm going with Steven Spielberg. West Side Story was just perfectly directed. I love. Plus, I'm a Steven Spielberg fanatic, so I'm a little biased. But I'm gonna go with Steven Spielberg winning Best Director for West Side Story. Moving over to Best Picture. Our Best Picture nominees, and we have several. Starting off, we have Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. I'm torn. I'm torn between my mind and my heart. My mind tells me the Academy loves these type of films. This is their wheelhouse. This is normally the type of film that wins at the Academy Awards, and that is The Power of the Dog. My heart is West Side Story. West Side Story, in my humble opinion, was the best film of the year. I think it's crazy to think that the original West Side Story from the 60s won Best Picture when it was released. And for it to come back around, this remake almost 50 years later, well over 50 years later, to win again, it's, that's what Hollywood is made of. That is a Hollywood story within itself. But honestly, it was just a well-made movie, very entertaining, well acted. The songs, of course, we all know the songs. If you're a fan of the musical, I thought it was done well. But that's what I'm settling on. Power of the Dog was just long and dry to me. It was a slow burn. Real slow. And it just didn't capture me like that. West Side Story had me from beginning to end, and I enjoyed it. And I think it deserves to win Best Picture, which leads us to our review. Our review, if you haven't guessed by now, is West Side Story. And I think West Side Story should be the winner for this reason and this reason alone. Steven Spielberg, who is known for the fantastical films, this is peak Spielberg. This is Spielberg from the 80s. This, ladies up 80s up to the mid 90s Spielberg. You know what I'm saying? This is have fun in the theater, even though it has dark themes in this movie, but to have fun. This looks fun. It was a fun movie. Man, I enjoyed it. And the fact that it was a musical and Steven Spielberg made this musical I'm over the moon excited about it. And it was done beautifully. You could tell he loved this material. You could tell all involved enjoyed making this movie, and I enjoyed it with him. West Side Story is a 2021 American musical romantic drama film directed and co-produced by Steven Spielberg. It is the second feature-length adaptation of the 1958 stage musical of the same name. It stars Adson Agard, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and Rachel Ziegler in her feature film debut. It also stars Ariana DeBose, and from the original, Rita Merrill. And that was another one. I forgot to mention that when we were going over the best supporting actresses. I think she should have been nominated. She had an excellent performance here. I think she played Anita in the original. But she plays a different role, of course, in this movie, and I think she was nominated. Or did she win? Look, I'm just talking all over myself here. But anywho's, she was excellent in the original. She was excellent in this one. She should have been nominated. Honestly, she should have been nominated. This film was composed by Leonard Bernstein, and that's a departure for Spielberg, because normally every Spielberg film is composed by John Williams, but of course with this already established music from the the musical and the film adaptation, they went with the original songwriters, which is very understandable. I don't know how I can express my joy for this movie. I'm not a musical guy. I'm not a guy who sits down and get hyped up, excited over musicals. I'll watch them, but that's not my bag. I watched this. The original West Side Story from 1961, I believe, is my wife's favorite. She loves West Side Story. And I remember when this film dropped the trailer, and I showed her the trailer. I was excited, boy. I was like, yeah, I'm about to make her happy. I showed her the trailer, and she just looked over at me. She was like, I don't want to see it. I'm like, really? Really, you don't? And it hurt me so bad that we didn't go to the movie. I wanted to take it to the movies to see it and everything. We didn't go see it. And I was like, man, I was really hurt. And the film didn't do well in theaters, by the way. It had a budget of $100 million, and it only grossed $75.1 million. So it lost money, unfortunately. But that's, I take some of the blame for that, because I wanted to see it, but I kind of, the taste for it left when my wife didn't want to see it. So it premiered on HBO Max, and Disney Plus, about a month ago. And I said, babe, you want to go ahead and watch it? It was one night. I said, you want to just go ahead and watch it? She's like, I guess. So sat down, we watched it, and we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And if I enjoyed it, it's got to be good, because, like I said, I'm not a musical guy. And she sat there. She was like, "Yeah, okay, it's good." The music, she was singing along to some of the songs because she remembered it from the original. It was just done beautifully. Like I stated, the production design was great. The cinematography was great. The use of colors was awesome. All the actors, all of them, were perfectly cast. I mean, I don't know what more I can say. It was just, it was just well done, and of course, I mean, it's Spielberg, man. This direction was just spot on, man. This really reminded me of old Steven Spielberg. Not the grown up Spielberg of late. With these films such as oh man, Jesus, like Terminal, and the grown up version of Spielberg. I'm sitting here blanking, AI and all that stuff. This really felt like old Amblin Entertainment, old, Goonies and Back to the Future vibe. It just felt 80s Spielberg, and I loved it. Just went over the nominations. Of course, it was nominated for multiple awards. It received 7 from the list I just including Best Picture, and I think it should win. That's my prediction. It also received 4 nominations at the Golden Globes, and it won 3. It won Best Picture for musical or comedy. It won Best Actress for musical or comedy for Rachel Ziegler, which is odd, being as though she wasn't even nominated at the Academy Awards, and Best Supporting Actress for Ariana DeBose. And I predict she's going to win again this Sunday at the Academy Awards. There's nothing negative I can say about this movie. I have zero negativity about it. Everything was great. Everything was great. It deserves to win Best Picture, and I give the 2021 version of West Side Story an A. Loved it. I did have one gripe. That's why I got an A, not an A plus. It was one gripe. Tony. Even though I liked him, I liked what is it? Ansel Elgort? Elgot? I can't pronounce his name. I think he was kind of miscast, but I was impressed with his singing. He wasn't bad. I just didn't. I don't know. I just felt someone else should have had that role. He just didn't feel like he should have had that role. I don't know why. He just felt misplaced to me. He didn't fit Tony. I looked at him. I didn't see Tony. But like I said, he didn't do bad. He wasn't bad. It's just something about it was kind of off. I don't know what it was. I don't know. But regardless, that's the only ding, and I mean that's a nitpick. So it West Side Story gets an A. So everybody, that's our review of West Side Story. Those are the Academy Award nominees, and that's also my predictions. I hope that everybody enjoyed the Academy Awards, if that's your thing. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna peep out, see who wins, who loses, and see if my predictions are correct. Which, going by Kevin Reed logic, none of them are. I'm always wrong with my predictions, but I feel confident in about half of them this year. I feel good about half of them. But I think Best Picture will probably go to The Power of the Dog, but I want West Side Story to win. That's how I'm gonna justify that. So, what are your predictions? What you think is gonna win? Some people think Doom. I don't think so, but some people are feeling Doom. I'm going with West Side Story. Everybody, if you are listening on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, I want you to leave those 5-star reviews and ratings, because you are helping the show out. All of you who are continually supporting this show, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I need you to leave those reviews. Leave those 5 stars. If you don't want to write a review, just leave the 5 stars. I'll get the point. I'll get the point. It helps the show rise in the ratings. It helps the show get sponsorship and seen by more, and heard by more, actually. So look out for me. Look out for the show. If you're listening on Spotify, you can still you can leave ratings as well, and you can follow the show. You can share the show. We're available on all platforms, by the way, not just iTunes and Spotify. We're also available on iHeartRadio. We're also available on Pandora. We're also available on Amazon Music and many, many more. Tell your friends and your family, check out this little idiot who loves talking about movies. They might just enjoy it, just like you are, I hope. Everybody, if you're looking this up on social media, you can look up the KB Radio Network on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. And you can contact the show. I almost forgot again. You can also contact the show by email. You can contact the show kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. Give a shout out, show some love. Tell me how you like the show. Tell me how you hate the show. Tell me how you like the show but hate the host. Tell me how you like the host and hate the show. It don't matter. It don't matter. Just talk to me. Holler at me. Let me know how you feeling about the KB Radio Network. Everybody, it's been an honor, privilege, and a joy. Can't wait for this Sunday's 94th Academy Awards. 94 years. That is a lot, man. We're just 6 years away from the big 100. Maybe I'll make it then. I got 6 years to finish this screenplay and get it in production so I can be present at the 100. I'm giving myself that deadline, and so I can be at the Academy Awards. 9 times out of 10, I'll end up at the Razzies, but I'm shooting for the 100th anniversary of the Academy Awards. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. Whenever you listen to the show, enjoy your week, enjoy your day, enjoy your night, and remember that I love you. Continue to love one another, and until we speak again, everyone, I want you all to be blessed.